Golf Central on YouTube is brought to you by the new Paradigm Woods and Irons from Callaway.
Hello, I'm Anna Jackson, and this is your Golf Central update. Well, Jordan Spieth is one of the biggest names in the field this week at the Pebble Beach Pro-Am. He was a winner, of course, at this event back in 2017, and last year, we all remember he had that dramatic shot from the cliffs on the 8th hole. He'll be teeing off at Spyglass Hill on Thursday with partner Ryan Palmer at 12:25 p.m. Eastern. So for more, let's head out to Todd Lewis.
This is Jordan Spieth's 11th start here at the at&t Pebble Beach Pro-Am. His previous 10 starts have been very fruitful. 6 top 10s. He's finished first, second, and third on the Monterey Peninsula. Now, the last time Jordan competed on the PGA Tour, it was at the Sony Open, where he shot a 64 in the opening round to assume a share of the lead, and then the next day shot a 75 to miss the cut. But Jordan said that he left Hawaii with a lot more positives than negatives. And he's been working on his golf swing in Dallas at his home ever since. And he feels very confident with his mechanics.
Feels good. I mean, I was swinging well in Hawaii and just kind of had a bad day one day out of the 6 rounds. And things are really in a good spot. I feel pretty confident going into a pretty heavy stretch. I think I'm gonna be on 7 of 8 weeks here. So trying to kind of pace it and recognize that, you know, it's try to get better each day, a little bit 1% better each day, and I know what I need to do that, and just kind of sticking to a game plan at this point.
It's a unique event. It's a Pro-Am. It's on 3 different golf courses. What are the challenges of this tournament, and how have you been able to successfully navigate them?
Well, it's certainly slower rounds. You're playing a foursome, and they're typically 5.5. They're an extra hour longer than even our threesome rounds typically. So patience, walking a little slower. I mean, I'm a quick walker off the tee, and this week you just kind of drop back, I'm going to play with Jake Owen, so he keeps it really light. I try and, you know, just have normal conversations with him, and then all of a sudden by the time you get up there, it's time to hit. So, you know, there's kind of little tricks about it, but having a partner that you like to be around is certainly an advantage. So I'm pretty fortunate to be able to play with Jake each year.
You mentioned this big stretch you're getting ready to be a part of. What are you most anticipating in this stretch in regards to your game? Are you looking forward to progressing and getting better and build?
Yeah, a lot of consistency. I mean, that's, for me, it's, you know, the goal every week at the beginning of the week is to win, but in order to do so, you have to put together 4 really consistent rounds. And, you know, I'm trying to, you know, my win last year was probably my best example of just trying to be consistent, not get ahead of myself at Hilton Head, and I just got a little bit better each day. So trying to not try and force things early in rounds, Thursdays or Fridays, and recognize that, you know, a lot can happen, especially out here as the conditions turn around Pebble Beach, as they look like they're going to this weekend. You just got to stay really patient. But over the course of a long stretch, you just don't want to kind of get too high or too low. Just kind of stay really balanced and, you know, get out there and really commit to each shot. Feel like if you mis-execute, you mis-execute. But if you're committed on each one, you're going to get better each week.
Spieth went on to further explain mentally what he is working on, and it is making sure that he doesn't get too over-anxious. For example, if he grabs the lead on the opening day of a tournament, don't think about winning at that point. We hear it all the time. It's a cliche, but he's working on staying in the moment. This, though, will be a competitive, fun week for Spieth as he plays alongside his friend Jake Owen, the country music singer, and his fellow competitor and friend Ryan Palmer, and Palmer's partner Brian Roberts, the CEO of Comcast. Let's go back to the studio.
Good stuff. Looking forward to it. Well, over in the women's game, the field for the Augusta National Women's Amateur is out, as each of the top 45 eligible amateurs in the final World Amateur Golf Ranking of 2022 have accepted invitations to the Augusta National Women's Amateur, including the last 2 champions, Subasa Kajitani and Anna Davis, along with top-ranked amateur Rose Zhang and Wake Forest senior Rachel Kuehn. Well, with that, I'm so pleased to welcome in Rachel Kuehn. Rachel, congratulations on getting into the field this year. I know it's not your first time, but describe what it's like when you get that invitation through your door.
Oh my gosh, yeah, kind of opening that green envelope. Obviously, there's still excitement, and again, it's not my first year, but it doesn't take away from just the excitement and how cool of an opportunity it is every year to compete, and to know that I'm going to get to walk those fairways again and compete against some of the best girls in the world. It's just exciting, really.
I know you've already got such special memories from there already. You finished 7th in 2022 at Augusta. What did you learn from that experience, your first time there, that you think can perhaps help you better this year?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, obviously there's something special about playing Saturday at Augusta. But I think what I took away from last year was definitely how important it is to play well those first 2 days at Champions Retreat. They're both incredibly difficult golf courses and both very different from each other. So kind of adjusting well from Champions Retreat to Augusta is also a really important part of it.
Well, this is such a unique week in the women's game. You know, it was groundbreaking when we heard that the women amateurs would be walking the fairways of Augusta National. Why do you think it is so important for young women to get this opportunity to play at Augusta and get this visibility like they now have on national TV?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think it speaks volumes to what Augusta National does to kind of further the game and to make sure that everyone has an equal opportunity to compete. It is just so special and very inspiring for, girls that are looking to get into golf. I know one of my favorite memories from last year was I had a little girl come up to me after my round on Saturday, and I was asking her name and how old she was and if she played golf, and she goes, "No, but I'm going to start to." And I think that's what it's all about, really. I mean, it's great to get the opportunity, but if we can inspire some of these younger girls and get some girls into golf that wouldn't necessarily be playing otherwise, I think that was the whole purpose of the week, and I think it's done just that.
Well, there are so many girls and women watching this who could only ever dream of playing Augusta National and probably never will, let's face it. Just give us a taster of what it's like teeing it up on the first tee and just walking your way through the first 9 and the second 9 and how it fits your game and just what it's like as a woman being able to play such an iconic course.
Absolutely. I mean, the nerves on the first tee, especially because you just have so many big names in female golf, Annika Sorenstam, Nancy Lopez, they're all kind of surrounding that first tee. So your heart's definitely pounding, and, it's a privilege to feel those nerves for sure. And then just kind of the walk and really enjoying the moment of being where we've seen, obviously, the professional guys play over and over again. There's just something so special about that property. And I remember my caddy looking at me as I made the turn. He said, the next 2 hours of golf are going to be one of the most memorable of your life, so just enjoy it. And he's so right. Playing in front of so many people on just such a spectacular venue, it gives me chills even just thinking about it.
I was just about to say, you just gave me goosebumps describing that moment, making the turn and looking at your caddy and just realising how incredibly special that moment is. And just finally, Rachel, before we let you go, just to look ahead to the rest of the college season. I mean, Wake Forest coming back from your winter break. I know you're off to your first event of the spring tomorrow. But the Deacons, you're one of the best teams in the country, but you guys have got a very tall task ahead in the hopes of taking down the Stanford Cardinal in May. What do you think it is going to take to become national champions this year?
Absolutely. I mean, Stanford's got an incredible team. We got to see them once or twice this fall. So I know there's a little bit of hope for revenge come May. But no, obviously, the whole spring is kind of gearing up towards, hopefully peaking at nationals. So, the national championship isn't really won in just 1 week. It's won in the hours that you put in the off season and kind of leading up to it. And I know our girls, we've all been working so hard. Because we do want to have the opportunity to call ourselves national champions by the end of the season. So, hopefully we're saving our best stuff for May, I guess.
I'm sure you will, Rachel. You are such a star on your team, and we've loved following your college career here on Golf Channel. So thank you for your time and best of luck over the next few months. We're looking forward to it.
Yeah, thank you for having me.